In today's video, tensions erupt in the courtroom as a father demands to end child support, insisting the daughter has already graduated from high school, but the mother isn't backing down. She hits back with claims of neglect and questions if he's simply trying to dodge responsibility, or is there more to the story? With emotions running high and both sides clashing, the judge must cut through the drama and deliver a verdict. After the case, we'll look at how viewers and social media are reacting. Fathers, mothers, and everyday people telling their own child support stories. So stay tuned.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I got your motion relative to child support. And the motion claims that his child turned 18 and graduated from high school. So I contacted them, the front of the court anyway, so they could confirm that, because generally that's all you need. All you need to do is send a copy of could be a diploma, could be the high school transcripts. Once they get proof of that, they'll stop the child support. Okay. The problem is they can't. Apparently, Mr. Brown does not have access to that information. So let me first turn to Mr. Brown, and then I'll hear from Ms. Dennis. Is that correct, Mr. Brown? You can't figure out if this child did in fact graduate?
Hold on. What I just pushed this start video thing?
Go ahead.
I can't get the camera to come on. But,
you don't have to. I can hear you just fine. Okay.
They've been in Detroit for like 6 years or something. So, but I have like Facebook stuff. I got pictures of her graduating. She graduated in May of last year.
Hang on a second. All right. Well, this should be easy to figure out. Miss Dennis.
Yes. Yes.
Now, just observing what we've heard so far and understanding that the daughter graduated and she is 18, it doesn't sound like the mother was in a rush for the father to find out that the daughter had graduated. What extent she was willing to go, we probably won't find that out here, but was she blocking him on social media? She clearly wasn't looking to share the documentation of their daughter's graduation so that way he can expedite this process, or else they would not be in front of the judge right now.
Do you know what we're talking about here?
Yeah. Let me just start off by saying this. Yes, it's going on 7 years that I've been here in Detroit. He haven't talked to my daughter since she was 12. She had life monumental moments, graduating prom. She in hair school. She graduated November of this year. So he never reached out to say congratulations, never, nothing on nothing. But it's temporary for him. It's a lifetime for me. She's 18 and she transitioning. She paid for cosmetology school out her pocket, you know, trying to make ends meet. So that little bit do help. And as far as the child support goes, he ready to put an end to it because he don't talk to her. He don't talk to me. I done reached out, text him and everything, and it's nothing. But he could go down there to the court and say that she done and this and that. He got pictures when he don't even talk to her. My baby going through what she go through behind him. And I would like for the child support to continue on until her 19 to the end of her 19th year. It stopped in September. The court told me it stopped in September of this year, but I would like it to go to her 19th year because I still have expenses with her. It don't stop for me, but it stopped for him. And he wrote that motion. She done with school. She done with that. He want to wash his hands of her completely. And I feel like that's so unfair that I didn't lay down by myself. I laid down with him. And not once he contribute to anything. In 3 years, I came down here and I lowered his child support to $35. $35.
Yeah, right.
If you see it in them records, you look in your records, see in the record, me and him came down to the courthouse. I lowered the child support down to $35 only on the strength of he get her on weekends, get her on holidays, get her on summer vacation. And he couldn't do that. And I had to wait 3 years to raise the child support back up because he still refused to participate. So
okay. All right, I got the picture. I want to tell you both something. There's a lot of things I can do sitting here today. But there's two things I cannot do. And I hope the parties understand. I can't make somebody a good father or mother. I can't do that. I wish I could. Because if I did, I would have probably very few of these cases. But I can't do that. And I wish I could, because I think your daughter deserves better. She deserves something. The second thing is I cannot violate the law. Okay, I have to follow the law. And the law in this case says that someone can collect child support until the child is 18 or graduates from high school, whichever occurs later. Now, she has done that, okay, by everybody's admission. So the law says that I have to terminate his child support, but I am doing it effective the date he motioned me, which is the first charge date. He motioned this on January 9. So the first charge date, somewhat close to that, is January 1. So I'm going to grant the motion to terminate child support effective January 1, 2025. And what you need to do, Mr. Brown, is you need to come to the courthouse on the 5th floor Legal Assistance Center and prepare an order for me to sign, which you need to send to Ms. Dennis. And the order says that your child support obligation for this child terminated on January 1 of 2025. And I will sign that. And I wish everybody the best. I wish your daughter the best.
Say one thing.
Sir, yes, sir. Can I say something too? I'll let her go first.
Stop.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Right. Go ahead, real quick.
Hey, so the courts told me that the child support is ordered all the way until September of this year. So you throwing that order out?
There's no order saying that.
That's what the courts told me. That I called it.
I should tell you this, Ms. Dennis, that unless you have paid the person to give you advice, you shouldn't rely on it. Okay? Mm-hmm. Because what I'm thinking is they may have told you what happens if she's still in high school, maybe not. Child support goes until someone graduates from high school or turns 18, whichever is later. I've had a lot of 18-year-olds still getting child support because they haven't graduated high school yet. I've had a lot of 19-year-olds who get child support because they haven't graduated high school. But this child has graduated high school and is over 18, and the law says I have to stop it, but on the effective date of a motion to stop it. This motion was filed January 9. So the closest charge date I have is January 1. And that's as far as I can stop it. Like I said, all I can do is follow the law. And that's what I have to do. Now, Mr. Brown, what can I do for you?
Well, I got two questions. You said go over there to the 5th floor and get a what, man, sir?
Mr. Brown, you're getting yourself into more difficulties. You really need an attorney to help you because, so I need you to go, you know where the courthouse is?
Yes.
On the 5th floor.
Right.
It's called the Legal Assistance Center.
Right.
I need you to go there and they will help you prepare an order terminating your child support effective January 1, 2025, and that all arrearages are preserved, period. That's all you got to do. And then they will prepare the order. You got to send a copy to Miss Dennis at her last known address, You send me the original. If nobody objects within 7 days, I'll sign it and you will be done and this case will be over. Okay?
All righty. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Good luck to you.
You too.
This is a harsh reality. When you create a broken home and the father's not involved and he doesn't want to be involved, you can't make him be involved. Sure, you can make him pay child support and financially he has to be responsible. But beyond that, he has no obligation. And it sounds harsh because it is. Because for a lot of parents out there, a lot of men, they do want to be a part of their child's life. They'll fight in court, mothers who don't want them to be around their children. And they'll go broke. They'll spend their last dime just to be a part of their kid's life. But that's something that you have to want to do from within. It's not anything that you can enforce as the other parent or as a court. And listen, so this is just a cautionary tale when you decide to lay down with the man. It carries so much weight beyond just how it affects your life, but also that child that you both create. And with the judge ruling to extend the child support to January 2025, which at this current date, we're in September, has already expired, that's part of the reason why so many men feel like child support is a scam. When all the facts are laid down and he clearly stated the daughter is 18, she graduated already. And so that means that child support ends. But yet he still chooses to extend it based on his own interpretation, based on when the child support order was established. So that's how the judge ruled in this case. But social media is filled with people weighing in, sharing their own child support struggles. Let's get into what the internet had to say.
Hey, yo, is this true?
The state is profiting off of child
Is this
support?
real?
Correct. And in most states, the Judicial Retirement Fund is funded from this money. So the more child support that's issued from the family courts, the larger the judicial retirement.
What?
It's a massive program. It's the size of the largest defense programs. So
Is
the
that
incentives
true?
are absolutely huge. Yeah, so a lot of people don't understand how family courts work and what the incentives are in family courts. People think of them as, an objective judge and this sort of thing. But the way that family courts are managed is they prevent you from presenting contrary evidence. That's why I've never been allowed to select a psychologist for my son. The courts will never allow me to do that. The courts pick the psychologist who will then present the evidence to the court, right? Now, fortunately, I've been able to record them. I've been able to gather evidence and actually prove that they perjured themselves, so they've had to throw out all this evidence. But it's taken a lot of work and it's cost me a lot of money to do that, right? And most people can't do that. So family courts basically work off of fabricated evidence. That's number one.
As long as the government is trying to end pregnancy termination, I think that child support for men should start at the halfway mark of whatever that termination window is. Like if you live in a state with a 12-week law where after 12 weeks you can't have a termination, okay, then child support for men starts at 6 weeks because that's the halfway mark. Oh, but we didn't know at 6 weeks. That's cool. You owe back child support now though. That is what it is. A 6-week heartbeat bill? Okay, you have 3 weeks to decide if you're in or out. After those 3 weeks, you start owing child support. Oh, but there's no way to know if you're pregnant at the 3-week mark. That's tough luck, my friend. Child support. And this is me, my views, and my own biases, but quite frankly, I'm tired of seeing men run in and out of women's lives without repercussions, no matter what they do or who they hurt. I'm tired of seeing men who don't care about the consequences of their actions suddenly start complaining about women's bodies and women's choice. You had a choice to make a smart decision, and now you have a choice. Are you in or are you out? Too many single moms exist for y'all to act like you don't have some type of say and don't have some type of choice in the life that you choose to lead. But y'all certainly should not be allowed to make y'all's choice after she's made hers. She doesn't get to be 24 weeks in and all of a sudden you change your mind. There's a consequence for that, or at least there should be. And I'm talking something more than the whole deadbeat dad stigma, because quite frankly, y'all don't care if you're a deadbeat dad or not. You care about your own personal inconveniences. But as long as women are having their bodies policed, and as long as men care about their pockets more than they care about literally anything else going on, that should be the consequence. Women have to give up their bodies, their autonomy, their freedom to the law, to the government who doesn't care about them, who doesn't think about them, so that men can make whatever choices they make. men can pay a little cash, just a little something.
Nothing blows my mind more than the way that so many women, when they get divorced, suddenly need like $2,000 a month per child. They literally go from making like $2,000 a month total for a family of 4 or 5 and making that work and stretching the income. But suddenly when they're a single mother, they need like $2,000, and they don't think that it's because they want their ex-husband to pay their entire way. Let's just call it what it is. It's because women think that they are entitled to their ex-husband paying their way for the rest of their lives. They expect these men to give them enough money to support his household and her household, and when he can't do that, then he's a bum-ass loser. And when he can't do that and he can only afford a 1-bedroom apartment, then that's not suitable enough for the children and he gets less time. But what does he do with that extra time? He ends up getting an extra job because he's got to pay for 2 households. But wait, y'all never want to talk about how y'all made it work with like $2,000, some households way less that live in poverty. Or let's say you're on the higher end where you're making $3,000 or $4,000 a month. You guys made that fine, but now you suddenly need $1,000 per child, and you don't think that the men have figured out that you're spending it on yourself, or you're not spending correctly because you're overspending and you want him to compensate for your bills. He ends up paying for his house, your house, everything in between, the extracurricular activities. You get money from your parents, the government, and anybody else who can help you, and he gets shitted on and less time with his kids. Make it make sense. Okay, bye.
The craziest thing I ever seen was a dude at my job, and he was on child support. And I remember he was like killing it one week. I'm talking about he did mad overtime. When I tell you his check said like $80 or something like that,
it was sad, bro. It was sad.
Bro, he literally looked at the manager, bro. The manager looked at him like so sad. And the dude took off his apron and he said, yo, thank you for the opportunity. I'm going back to the streets. Bro, I can make more money in the streets than I can make here.
Yeah,
that's when I knew child support
at that
was
time,
crazy.
I didn't understand because I was young. Now I understand it, bro.
He had his kids coming to the job. Like, he was with his kids, bro.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it didn't matter, bro. Like, child support was eating him, bro.
Him.
Why you gotta use that word?
Damn.
Gotta edit that out.
He assaulted him.
You know, all those stories show just how much child support affects real lives, far beyond the courtroom. But now, let's circle back to the case because viewers had a lot to say about the father, the mother, and the judge's decision. At Lawrence Bell 3015 says, gotta love how the court doesn't have no problem starting child support, but you need to collect the 7 infinity stones to end it. Shake my head. NDRC writes, this referee is full of shit. My husband's child support automatically stopped when my stepson turned 18. I hope the father sees this message. He needs to sue the mother for not reporting graduation. She collected an entire year after graduation. The nerve. The courts need to hold these women accountable. Most Censored says, mom, get a job. Daughter over 18, get a job too. Amy Vans and 6229 writes, I'm so tired of women playing the victim because guaranteed if he had tried to see his daughter, she wouldn't allow it. Money hungry, grubby con artist. Within a minute of her talking, I understood why he didn't stay. But also she moved, not him. The fact that the judge heard her side, not his, was gross. And this is the only judge who made the pro se enter. Trillside 1 writes, this woman is a piece of work. She mad at him for not being a father. She needs to be mad at herself because she picked him. She also moved away, which would make it even harder to be a father. Some of these people are crazy. JMax6350 writes, a great way to keep her daughter's father in her life is moving away. Trish Mesh Hell 8521 says, as a mother, she should have encouraged a relationship between father and daughter. That's on her. The father has paid enough. Why didn't the court stop the child support? Kevin Warner 926 writes, I love it. This lazy ass mom wants more child support for her adult daughter. She just mad because without the child support, no more 5-inch Freddy Krueger nails, no more ridiculous 3-inch eyelashes, weaves, braids, wigs, etc., etc. Awesome job, Dad, getting this leech out of your life, brother. Natty Dreadlocks 1973 writes, why this man has to file a motions to end child support is beyond me. It should automatically stop at the 18th birthday. and continue only when proven by the custodial parent that the child is still in school or for some other really, really good reason. And Overcoming Life's Trials 5316 writes, her daughter graduated and she's fighting to keep child support for a child that's aged out. She says she still needs the child support because she still has things to take care of. If the child support did continue, her name wouldn't be on it. Greedy. At the end of the day, this is just a cautionary tale. Choose wisely the person you decide to lay down with and create a life. If you don't, it just may haunt you for the next 18 years at minimum. Anyway, guys, I appreciate when you guys take the time to tune in. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the content. For more, subscribe to the channel. And as always, until next time.